And the whole of this church doesn't have access. And that's like a government assessment center. So if you're in the Eastern region and you want to assess it, you have to come to Accra. So let's bypass Eastern region small. Ashanti region is now Ashanti region. Move a little bit to the savannah, to the Bono inside Accra. You have to move all the way to Accra for assistance.
Is it that we do not have speech therapists that are being trained?
They are
what exactly is the
They are
problem?
trained, but they are just a handful. Even the psychiatric hospital. Apart from Ankafu and Aka training us, we are done. So if they distribute us, how many is left to go somewhere else? So the problem is the facilities are there, but the people are not there to work. That is why that gap is, they are trying to close that gap by training healthcare professionals, by training teachers, by training people who can understand what we are saying to give the kind of services that we want it to be given. So it is expensive. Expensive. If I tell you, I took my daughter to one school, and the school fees they mentioned, I wonder if people are in Ghana here and they are able to afford that school fee. Then we have to change our profession.
Do you have an experience yourself?
Yes, I have a child with special needs. She won't be this year. And that's why we are advocating for parents. Don't leave the child. And she's about the third person to have Down syndrome to get busy in the whole country.
Well done.
It's sad. It's very sad. And this is a country that has rectified the UN Conventions on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, with authorities,
Do you think the issue also has to do with lack of will to want to help these people? Did you see commitment, enough commitment?
So initially the commitment was not there. People felt that their children are useless. Because let me go, please. Yes. So if I take care of this child, what will I benefit? I have 4 children, plus 4. So if I want to pay
I think even in Deborah's issue, she was asked to give the child to the water or something like that.
Oh yes, even me later I can hear somebody do. In fact, I was even still working in a psychiatric hospital as at the time I did it. So you can just imagine, it's not even about too far as in military, no. And the person was like, oh, okay, you've tried all options. If it is not okay, let's try the herbal way. And I was like, Princess, I said, leave our food. So sometimes you have to become flexible. You don't go to university. I was like, okay, let's see what happens. And it was like, oh, when we get there, don't worry. They will do something to see, like the child's, and later they will add the herbal medicine for you. I said, okay, sister, I picked my daughter. How was she here? I didn't even go to school. How was she just here? I entered into a fine building. Oh, like a fine building. I entered and the outside looked fine, but the inside looks like a forest because there are shrines everywhere, with snaps everywhere. And that instance, I began to pray because I told God that, under no circumstance when I come to such a place, I was only curious to see if there's anything because I was tired. And the man was like, sit down, the spirits are here. We have to call your daughter's spirit to see why she came in the form she came in. I was like, oh God. What have I done? And it's not fun. Like as today I'm saying it looks funny and you'll be like, even at you. But when you get to that level, it is a different issue. And I just sat down and I was just praying to my God, Lord of Jesus, Lord of Jesus. I was like, where have you gone? And the woman was chanting heavily. She would have even said, he would have said anything and I would have believed. And the next thing and where your daughter was coming from, he was married to a cripple, and he didn't seek permission from the cripple before coming, and therefore he presented her like this. And I was like, okay, so what is there to do? Sister,
was there going to be a divorce between she and the cripple?
that instance, I didn't even know what to even say or do at that. So the next question would be, okay, what is there to be done? And they were like, okay, I need to present a cobra, it's the number of eggs they count. There are some animals, it was now that I noticed they don't even lay eggs, they actually give birth. But they were asking for all those eggs. Plus 3,000 Canadians, that is 30 or so, because my daughter is 40, that is 40 years ago. Plus 3,000 Canadians, that time that was 30 million. So you can just imagine, I'm even finding it difficult to eat. with all these eggs. So I asked them, okay, when we go, what is going to happen? They are telling me that there's a small river, they will leave the eggs beside the river and leave my daughter around it, and the husband will come for them. I said, if you are supposed to I'm telling you, I would have still gone for that option. Because having a child not knowing what to become of him in the future, as we all sit here, we have children that we are aspiring to become accountants. But I can tell you for a fact, those of us here, we know our children can never get there, even with this system. Because when you give birth to a child with special needs in Africa, it's not a brother, it is just a child. Even when they are saying that there are government policies like the disability fund, you get there and you still don't access it. We have mothers 5 years, 6 years, when they go in the complaint, I don't even know where to pass. That is the kind of system we live in. The system is not disability friendly at all.
Okay, so for you, what will be the way forward, briefly?
I think the way forward is still doing the advocacy and allowing parents themselves to do the advocacy. Because sometimes it's not just about getting the help, but you understand it and then speaking out. Mothers are doing exceptionally well because they are now beginning to understand, they are talking about it. There should be an open conversation.
You have a fantastic father here as well.
You see, I met him, he's part of our parents and so forth. Anytime we have program, you see, and he started mobilizing fathers to be part of the conversation. Because our fathers are on our way, for this reason, I don't know. I think we should start jailing them instead of doing paternity tests. We should start jailing them if you refuse to take care of your child. So our policy put it up, making them to be part of the conversation. We need to talk about it. We need to encourage ourselves. When I saw my daughter writing and PC, see, you are going to go to work. I was just there, she was like, Mommy, go back. You know, she was so happy. And this year, we were able to manage for 80 students in the greater Accra region to write PC. And when we set up breakfast centers in the various schools, just to motivate them that they are writing PC. I think
so we'll just take the final words from each and every one of you, starting with you, Deborah. What should be done to come to your aid when it comes to dealing with issues like this one? Then, Osha, you met me. Now, you never of how